Hello again. So another hilarious story came out in the news today. I'm reading this from one of the major newspapers about Parliament heat pump drive suspended over noise complaints. Labour accused of hypocrisy as power supply and acoustics pose a prominent risk. So if you didn't know about heat pumps, there is various bits of legislation surrounding heat pumps. So you may be wondering when heat pumps will be mandatory for new homes. Well, it's this year. So homes made and built in 2025 will be mandatory to have a heat pump installed. Now, there are various regulations about floor temperatures and everything else, but safe to say the government is pushing forward with this. So all new homes built will not be allowed to install a gas boiler. So all new builds will have to be installed with an air source heat pump or other alternative. Now, this needs to be borne in mind that heat pumps generally cost 3 or 4, 5 or 6 in some instances times the cost of a standard gas boiler. Generally speaking, you can probably get a gas boiler for £3,000 to £5,000. These heat pumps can range anywhere from 7.5 up to 20 in a standard home. Now, this is particularly strange given the government's push towards net zero and the government's apparent push towards creating new homes, because what this is going to do, this is going to place additional pressures on home builders and additional pressures on the sale price of brand new homes. So if all new homes produced need to have one of these heat pumps installed, then that's only going to go one way, and the person buying the house is going to have to pick up the cost. So it's quite strange then that the government are imposing this on the population in a wrong way, I would say, because the way to bring out new things of this nature is to allow the market to just sort it all out. If heat pumps are indeed cheaper, if they are cheaper in the long run than traditional gas boilers, then people will buy them. If they're going to work better over the long term and reduce bills, then people will buy them. But the fact remains that both of those claims are turning out not to be true. Heat pumps are extremely expensive to have installed, and in addition, it would appear that they're draining more power, in addition to the fact that there's an issue regarding noise. So particularly in this Parliament story here, there are 3 air source heat pumps in one of the Houses of Commons buildings, and it's Portcullis House, which is a place attached to the Houses of Parliament, and this just looks and smacks of hypocrisy. It's proof that heat pumps do not work, despite the government's push to install them in every home in the country. So in their houses here, they've got 3 of them, and there's been complaints. So what's happening is the complaints are coming in that they're extremely loud and that they're falling above the general decibels that's required for normal business to occur. In addition, the cost has skyrocketed to keep these things going. So this is a prime example that highlights why heat pumps don't work, yet Labour are ploughing on trying to force people to buy them, making them poorer and colder. Because heat pumps, I don't know if you knew this, the temperatures don't get as warm as normal gas boilers. There's a kind of a constant temperature with them, so they're totally different in every way. So what's really to be taken from this? Well, what's to be taken from this is the government expects everybody else to adopt these heat pumps, and they're telling lies about these heat pumps. They're telling you that it's going to be good over the long term, that it may reduce your bills, that it's just going to be better for you, better for Britain, better for this net zero agenda. And really, there's absolute hypocrisy going on, because in their own Houses of Commons buildings, there's been complaints about them because people can't work. Yet again, Labour are not serious politicians. Thanks for your time.